students and friends. My name is Kyle Knighton, and I love getting to work at Live Oak Classical School. I'm the chaplain for the grammar students, and so I know all these guys, and I might have to come sit in the front row with them. I also have the privilege of getting to direct the Grammar 6 play. We are doing the best Christmas pageant ever. Written by Barbara Robinson. It's a wonderful story that conveys beautiful meaning and pulls out the meaning of Christmas. We hope you enjoy. Our students have worked really hard. Thanks for squeezing in and making new friends and sitting next to strangers. Tonight's going to be a really wonderful night. We're glad that you're here.
Christian sentiment, Charlie. I think it's a very practical sentiment. Charlie was black and blue all last year because he had to sit next to Leroy Herdman in school. Is that the worst one? Leroy? They're all the worst one. Ralph's the biggest. So if Ralph gets you... That doesn't make any difference. Gladys isn't big. She's fast, and she's mean, and she bites. Okay. I'm sorry I asked. Just stay away from all of them. That's what I said. Stay away from them. Go to church. I'm glad you feel that way. Why? No arguments this year about the Christmas pageant. I don't want to be a shepherd again. Tell Miss Armstrong that you want to be a wise man. I don't want to be in it. Everybody's in it. Think how I'd feel sitting there on Christmas Eve if my own children weren't in the play. Think how your father would feel. You'd feel terrible, wouldn't you, Robert? Well, actually, I wasn't planning on going. It's always crowded. They can use my seats. Besides, there's never anything different about the Christmas pageant. I'll just stay home in my bathrobe and relax. There's going to be something different this year. What? Charlie is going to wear your bathrobe. Right now. How about you be Joseph? Elmer Hopkins, he'll pay you $1 to be Joseph. Elmer's sick of being Joseph just because he's the minister's son. Nobody ever wants to be Joseph. Nobody wants to be in it. What are you going to do this year? I'm always in the angel choir. Can't Charlie be in the angel choir? Because I can't sing. What do you wear in the angel choir? We wear bed sheets. Oh boy, some choice. A bathrobe or bed sheets. Come on, let's watch. You Armstrong tries to give everybody a lovely experience.
Oh, Mom. Miss Armstrong, she just likes to run things.
You know, you're right. She runs the pageant, she's chairman of the bazaar, she's in charge of the potluck supper. You know, I think Helen Armstrong would preach the sermon if anyone would let her.
Is that George Armstrong's wife?
Yes.
Well, maybe she's trying to manage the hospital, because that's where she is right now. I saw George at the drugstore, and she said that she broke her leg and be in traction for 2 weeks and be laid up to the first of the year.
The first of the year? Why, they'll have to cancel Christmas.
She's in charge of Christmas?
Well, no, not exactly. She's in charge of the pageant, and she's in charge of the bazaar. Oh, I feel sorry for Helen, but who's gonna do all those things?
I'll take over the bazaar. I don't know what in the world we'll do about the pageant list. How about you, Phyllis?
I can't. I always visit my grandchildren in Louisiana. How about you, Lola?
I have to go Christmas tree shopping. What about Edna?
I've got to wash my, how about we call Grace? Hello?
Grace?
Robert,
Yes?
I'm in charge of the pageant.
Does that mean I have to go?
Our Christmas pageant isn't necessarily what you'd call a 4-star entertainment. Armstrong breaking her leg was the only unexpected. It's always the same old Christmas story, the same old caroling, the same old Mary and Joseph, and that's what my mother was stuck with. That and Miss Armstrong.
I tell you again, Grace, how important it is to give everyone a chance. Here's what I do. I always start with Mary and tell them we must choose our Mary carefully because Mary was the mother of Jesus.
I know that, Helen.
Yes. And then I tell them about Joseph and how he was God's choice to be Jesus' father. That's how I explain that. Frankly, I don't ever spend so much time on Joseph because it's always Elmer Hawkins. And he knows all about Mary and Joseph.
I thought Miss Armstrong was a tractor. How can she talk on the phone if she's a tractor?
What do you think traction is?
Like when they put me to sleep?
No such luck.
We're going to need salt, pepper, and napkins.
Yes.
But I do explain about the wise men and how important they are. And I tell them there are no small parts, only small actors. Remind them to learn not to stare at the audience and don't let the word lipstick or things like that. And don't let the word tissue or high heel. I hope you don't have too many baby angels, Grace, because they'll be your biggest problem.
Will you accept the rest of us, will you, Charlie? I'm hungry. They want to stole my lunch again. How can you let him do that day after day? How can I stop him? Where's the chicken? Grace, where's the chicken?
It's still in the oven.
I'll get it.
You'll have to get somebody to push the baby angels on. Otherwise, they're getting each way and bend their wings. Bob could do that, and he could keep an eye on the shepherds, too. Now, another thing about the angel choir. Don't let them stare at the audience, and again, don't let them wear lipstick. Now,
There's somebody at my door, Helen. I have to go.
Okay. Hello, your very important guests have arrived.
Oh, for goodness sakes, it's just you.
You're getting very lonely at tea.
Well, I think Helen is very lonely at the hospital also.
Not as long as the telephones are working. I bet she told you about no small ponds, only small
And having to get someone to push the baby angels on. And having to get someone to shut the shepherds up. Yes, she suggested your father.
Yeah. Leave some for the rest of us, Charlie.
Didn't we already go over this? Stop talking on the
My mother didn't pay much attention to Miss Armstrong. She said she was stuck in the hospital with nothing to do but think up problems. And there weren't going to be any problems. But, of course, my mother didn't count on the herdman. And that was all Charlie's fault.
Hey, Leroy, give me back my lunch. Sure, kid. Here. You stole my dessert again. How do you know? Because it isn't here. What was it? 2 Twinkies. That's right. That's what it is. Hey, Leroy, you think it's so great to steal my dessert every day? Well, you know what? I don't care if you do, because I get all the dessert I want in Sunday school. Oh, yeah? What kind of dessert? All kinds. Chocolate cake and candy bars and big wheels. You're a liar. And cupcakes and. Well, who gives it to you? The minister. Why? Is he crazy? No, I think he's rich. Sunday school, huh?
That was the wrong thing to tell the herdman. And sure enough, the very next Sunday, there they were, in Sunday school, just in time to hear about the Christmas pageant. And that was all Charlie's fault.
What's a pageant? It's a play. Like on TV? What's it about?
It's about Jesus.
Everything here is.
Well, mostly it's about him.
Who's Mary?
I am.
Well,
Probably I am.
I know the part. Alice, Imogene, please take a seat now. Now, this won't take very long if we all settle down. Today we will be picking our roles for the pageant. Now, but of course, you should remember there are no small parts, only small actors. That is what Miss Armstrong says, isn't it?
That's what she always says, but she never says what it means.
Don't you know what it means?
I know what it means. It means that the short kids have to be in the front row of the angel choir. Else nobody can see them.
Well, not exactly. All it means is that the littlest baby angel is just as important as Mary.
I don't think anyone's as important as Mary.
Well, naturally, Alice, that's what you would think. I think Jesus is more important.
I still think it means short kids have to be in the front row.
Girls, everyone
be our baby angels. So will you please remind your parents that you will need bed sheets? Let's make some room there. Now, what happened to Beverly?
I think she went home. I think she got sick.
Do you know that she got sick?
I just said, "Hi, Beverly," and she left.
I see. Well, will someone please tell Beverly that the next 4 Wednesdays after school will be our rehearsals?
Well, what if we get sick?
You won't get sick, Elmer, but Mary and Joseph must absolutely be here for every single one.
What if they get sick?
They won't get sick either, Elmer.
Beverly got sick and we didn't even start yet.
We don't know that Beverly got sick. Now, let's think about Mary. We all know what kind of person Mary was. She's kind, gentle, loving, and whoever plays Mary should try to be that kind of person. Now, who would like to volunteer? Yes, Imogene, did you have a question?
No. I want to be Mary. And Ralph over there, he wants to be Joseph.
Yeah.
Well, we'll just make a list here, and we'll decide who it should be. Ralph Herdman. Now, who else would like to be Joseph? Elmer, did you raise your hand?
No.
Anybody? Any of you shepherds? Very well. Ralph will be our Joseph. Now, Imogene has volunteered to be Mary. Who else can I put on my list? Jeanette, Roberta, Alice, don't you want to volunteer?
No, I don't want to.
I'll be Mary.
Shut up, Gladys. You be a wise man. I'm going to be Mary in this play.
Well, the wise men are usually boys.
I'll be a wise man. Come on, Clyde, you be a wise man too.
It's a wise man. Just raise your hand.
Some angel.
I'll be that. What is it?
It's the angel of the Lord. He goes to the shepherds and tells them that the baby Jesus is born. Now, we do have some hands. Kobe, would you like to be a shepherd?
No, I just wanted to say that I can't be a shepherd.
Why
We're
not?
going to Philadelphia.
My mother doesn't want me to be shepherd.
Why?
I don't know. She just said, don't be a shepherd.
Yes, you are! What's the matter with all of you?
I don't want to be a shepherd because Gladys Herdman hits too hard.
Why? Gladys isn't going to hit anybody. All she does is goes to the shepherds and tells them that the baby Jesus will be born.
Hits them.
No, that is ridiculous. I don't want to hear another word of it. No shepherds may quit or get sick. Now, that is all for today. So, please be here at 6:30 on Wednesdays. Alice, what's the matter with you? I was depending on you.
Miss Bradley, get Gladys off of me.
I wanted you to be Mary so that they didn't,
Miss Bradley.
Oh,
Come on, Alice.
I don't know.
I didn't dare raise my hand. Imogene would have killed me. She said, "I'm going to be Mary in this pageant. If you open up your mouth or raise your hand, you'll wish you didn't." And I said, "I'm always Mary in the pageant." And she said, "Well, go ahead then. And next week when the pussy willows come out, I'll stick a pussy willow bush so far down your ear that nobody can reach it. And it will sprout there and grow and grow. And you'll spend the rest of your life with the pussy willow bush growing out of your ear." Now you know she wouldn't do that. She would too. Herdman will do anything. You just watch. They'll sing terrible and ruin the whole pageant. And it's all your mother's fault.
Did you hear? The Hermans practically took over the Christmas pageant. What was Grace thinking?
Well,
last year. He was in bed for days.
If they're that bad, then why don't you call the police?
Sorry to interrupt, but how do you like my dress?
That is so last season. Where did you get that all right?
Probably Macy's.
Macy's isn't even that bad.
Really, Irma? That is rather too much.
Anyway, back to the Herdmans. Anyone have suggestions?
How does their mother manage?
She's a single mom with 6 kids. She doesn't.
We better nail down the church. They'll try to steal anything valuable in 5 seconds flat.
Oh, I feel so responsible. If I'd been up and around, this never would have happened.
Well, if I'd been up and around, this never would have happened. Well, let me tell you.
Don't tell me. I'm on your side. You should have a cup of coffee.
Ellen Armstrong is not the only woman who can wreck the pageant. I made up my mind to do the best I could under the circumstances, and well, the Herdmans were the only ones who raised their hands. So,
Good for you, Grace. You should really get a cup of coffee.
and you are going to help me.
Does that mean I have to go?
Yes. Come on in, y'all. The inn is going to be back here off stage. And the shepherds will come in and gather around the manger.
Where'd all the shepherds come from, anyway?
What's an inn?
It's like a motel where people go to spend the night.
People. Jesus?
Oh, honestly, Jesus wasn't even born yet. Mary and Joseph.
Why?
Pay their taxes. At a motel?
Shut up, Leroy. Everybody shut up. I want you here. Begin at the beginning.
The beginning?
The beginning of the play. What happens first?
I'm a dear. This is the Christmas story from the Bible. Haven't you ever heard of the Christmas story from the Bible? Well, I guess I'd better read it to you.
I don't believe in that, do you? That they've never heard the Christmas story?
Why not? They don't even know what a Bible is, and they never went to church in their whole life. Until your dumb brother told them we got refreshments. Now we have to waste all of this time for nothing.
All right now. There went out a decree from Caesar Augustus. All the world should be taxed. And Joseph and Mary went up from Galilee with his wife, being great with child.
Pregnant! She was preggers!
All right now, that is enough. We all know Mary was pregnant. And it came to pass while they were there, the days were accomplished that she should be delivered, and she brought forth her firstborn son.
I don't think it's very nice to say Mary was pregnant.
Well, she was.
I don't think your mother said Mary was pregnant. It's better to say great with child. I'm not supposed to talk about people being pregnant, especially in church.
And wrapped him in swaddling clothes and laid him in a manger, because there was no room for them in the inn.
Oh my God! They didn't have room for Jesus?
Well, nobody knew it was going to be Jesus.
Well, didn't Mary know? Didn't he know? What was wrong with Joseph? He didn't say anything. I mean, her pregnant and everything.
What's a manger? Some sort of bed?
Well, they didn't have a bed in the barn, so they had to use whatever else they did. What would you do if you had a newborn baby and no bed to put it in?
We put glass in a bureau drawer.
Well, there you go. You didn't have a bed, so you used something else.
Oh, we had a bed, only Ollie was still in it. He wouldn't get out. He didn't really like Gladys. Remember how you didn't like Gladys?
That was pretty smart of all. Not to like Gladys right off the bat.
Any